Today we're going to be doing TIFF together. If you're not familiar, TIFF is the Toronto International Film Festival. And what do I mean by doing TIFF? How can you do movies? Don't you just go to the movie? Yes and no. There are tons of movie screenings, which is, you know, the meat and potatoes of the festival, but there are also all these other events surrounding the festival. So we're going to get a mix of both today. The schedule we have for ourselves is a little bit crazy. Maybe I could give you a little run through. In total today, we have 4 events and 1 movie screening. We're booked and busy. The first event is at the Ritz-Carlton Lux. It's for Jose Bautista, who was a Blue Jays player. He's launching a coffee line. That's the first event, celebrating that launch. And then after that, we are going to a PR agency. They have an open house, basically like a brand preview of all the brands under that PR agency. Usually at these things, you get like a goodie bag. So I'm excited for that. Then after that, we have a party for Neutrogena. You know her, everybody does. And then after that, we have a party for Peroni. Every year, Peroni always hosts like a big TIFF party, and I've never been invited. Okay, this is my first year being invited. So I was like, okay, gotta RSVP to that one. And then after that, we have a movie screening. The screening's at 8:30 p.m. And then there is an after party at the Ace Hotel for the movie screening. So I'm gonna go, God willing, to all of these events today. What I didn't know before I became an influencer is how social you have to be, okay? There's so much small talk at these things. I thought if I'm a content creator, I could just stay at home and talk to my cats all day. The dream. But no, you have to go out, you have to sell yourself, which I am admittedly not good at. But we're out here trying, okay? And on top of all of this going on, what else is going on? This Max Sold auction. If you aren't familiar, Max Sold, it's where people who are doing estate sales, instead of having like an in-person estate sale, they can have an estate sale online, and it's in an auction format. There's tons of junk on Max Sold, but there's also some hidden gems. And there's this one estate sale, it ends today. The person who passed away, total diva. She has all these like designer bags, she has shoes, she has amazing furniture. So I'm bidding on these Anne D and Dorsemeister, and D boots, and then the Victoria diamond chair. It looks like a big lip. So I'm gonna try and snag these 2 while we're at it, while we're watching the movie. And I'm not really getting the full TIFF experience because we have a wedding this weekend in Prince Edward County, so we have to go there. So that kind of cuts into TIFF, which I'm okay with. This is like our big day. I'm gonna get a lot done in this one day. Sometimes when you get an event invite, you're like, oh my God, yeah, I'll go to that. Like, I'll go to everything. And then the time rolls around and you're like, why did I commit myself to all this small talk? What am I gonna say to Jose Bautista? Do I mention my brother? Be like, do you know? Play together. We have some cute outfits to wear, at least today. My favorite part about these events are the outfits. You can wear whatever you want. Nothing's too extra for an influencer event. Get this baby charging. Oh my God, you guys, my favorite mascara in the entire world is the Prada, I forgot the name of it, the Prada Mag something's whatever. Prada one, I think they only have one mascara and I lost it. I don't know where it went. It was hands down the best mascara ever. This one's pretty good too. It's the YSL Super Clash. I don't know. Oh, fuck. No. Okay, we good. Okay, we back. We are running just like right on time. We do not have any margin for error right now. Beautiful. Okay, that's pretty good too. Whoa. Before, after. What else is new with me? Well, my husband wanted me to join his volleyball team, and I initially resisted for 2 seasons successfully. So I said, well, honey, I'm an influencer. What if the ball hit my face or something? The moneymaker. What if I broke a nail? Resisted long and hard, but he wore me down. I have to go do a skills clinic because their team is like kind of good, intermediate. But one thing I am kind of excited about, the team is called the Real Housewife. If I was a Real Housewife, who would I be? I kind of like to think of myself as a Carol Radziwill, but I don't know if that corresponds with reality. I fear I'm more of like a Lisa Barlow type. Does this makeup even look? I don't know. Well, she's done. Now we gotta do her. So you guys know I'm trying to elevate my fashions here. For this first event, we are wearing, well, for the first 2 events, we're wearing this Simkai dress. And then because we have a little break, we're gonna come home, change. I'm also, you guys, trying to make my hair grow. It's a slow process, but I feel like it always gets to this length and then just stops. But not this time. Look at that, we're all beautiful. Now let's get changed. These are the shoes we're gonna be wearing, and these Raf Simons for Dior. This is the dress we're gonna be wearing. Let's put her on. This is the dress on. For my clutch, I'm gonna wear this LV one. This is the only one I have that really matches. But we're ready to go, you guys. 10 minutes ahead of schedule. Crazy. Look who it is, Mr. Chunky. We're home. I'll give you a debrief of the events, but we gotta change into some comfy clothes and then maybe get a little bite to eat. Let's go get some food. I'm quite hungry here. I don't even know what to get. There's a bakery near my house. I might just go there. Bakery haul. We got this potato gnocchi and some tomato sauce. I was like, maybe I should have gotten like, I don't know, vegetables, but potato, vegetable. Good enough for me. One thing about me that is weird, an oddity, if you will, I like tomato sauce, but I don't like any chunks in my tomato sauce. Like, you know, a passata, strained tomatoes, that I can eat. As soon as there's like one little chunk of tomato in the sauce, I lose my appetite, can't eat it. I don't know what it is. I wish I wasn't like that, but I genuinely cannot help it. Can't open this. Oh God. The rubber band trick. Oh my God. Is my husband here? Oh my God, he's here. Okay, we're gonna go upstairs and ask him. And why does he have to open this? Because, well, I mean, to get the sauce out of the jar, but what am I doing with the sauce? Why did I have the blender out? To get rid of the chunks in the sauce, I blend the sauce. Do you mind helping me open the sauce? I genuinely couldn't open it.
Just watch your YouTubes.
You did? Did you like it?
You seem down inside.
I was melancholic that were you coming? Sauce is open. Do you want gnocchi? I'm making potato gnocchi.
From scratch?
Well, somebody did. It's from Alimentar. She's open. My new shoes. Got them at my vet.
Oh, those are fun.
Well,
I like them.
Thank you.
Perfect.
Look with the Vibram sole.
Yeah.
Cool.
They look nice.
And now we're back on the sauce game. See all these chunks? Ah, gross. Can't even look at it. 30 seconds on the clock, Jojo. Finn, I got this potato gnocchi because I thought it would be healthier. I should have just got normal gnocchi. And because of the potato, it has a weird texture. And I think I overcooked it. But it needs some chili. Now that's what I'm talking about. All right, time for a little debrief. Event number 1, Ritz-Carlton, Jose Bautista. I go in, don't know anyone, small space. It's for his coffee, Bella Aldea. They had like at the bar, they were making a bunch of coffee drinks. They had iced coffee. They had like a shakerado, it kind of looked like. I had an iced coffee. It was good. And then I went to a PR agency's open house. They had a couple brand previews, Sorel, Melanie Lynn. My inklings were correct. They did gift us some stuff, some shoes from Sorel, which are actually so cute. Let me show you, give you a better look. It's a cute bag. It's giving luxe. These are the shoes here. So that was fun. And then they also had a Melanie Lynn booth. I picked out a jacket. They didn't have my size there, so they're sending it to me. Before I went to these events, I would always have like a meltdown if I had to go by myself. Now I'm like, whatever. You always end up meeting somebody. You just have to be very like, hey, I'm Jules. Nice to meet you. Friendly and smile. It's a bit awkward though, because when I first started influencing, I never wore contacts because I didn't have any. And I would never wear my glasses because I felt like it ruined my outfit when I would put on my glasses. glasses, but my vision's really, really bad. It's like -3, -3, which is absolutely unhinged that I would leave the house without any glasses or contacts. When I would meet people at all these events initially, for the first like 2 years of going to these events, I didn't have like a clear vision of who they were because my eyesight's so bad. Sometimes I wouldn't know if I had met somebody before because I didn't have like that clear mental image of them, especially if I wasn't following them or like wasn't familiar with their content. Now I have contacts so I can see everyone, but I'm just like, oh, did I meet them before? Like, I don't, whatever, what can you do? But one time a girl made like a video about me because I didn't remember her. It's like this whole thing. Should have remembered her, I guess. She's so important. I got like dragged online for it. I'm just like, girl, sorry. I literally cannot see. So now when I say hi to someone, I'm like, so nice to see you. Even if we've like, who knows if we've met. But if somebody didn't remember me, I would absolutely not be offended. So hopefully people aren't offended. Right, now on to the next one. We are going to go to this Neutrogena event. They gave me an Uber code. So we're gonna go there. And then because I have the Uber code, I'll probably just come back after. It's not too far from my house. So, but we're gonna get changed into something like cute but comfy. So let's go do that now together. A quick little model break. Okay, what are we gonna wear? I wanna go cash. Okay, casual. To that casual end, I'm gonna wear this vintage Marc Jacobs dress. It's cute. I bought it at VSP Consignment in Tirana. Neutrogena, the brand is blue. Blue, matching. All right, she's in. Is it giving beautiful? Is it? Gotta put her socks on. Okay guys, we're ready. I put on more lip gloss. YSL Love Shine. Let's go. We're gonna miss the event. My God. All right, we're all beautiful. Let's go. Let's go be a Neutrogena girl. Okay, we made it out. Everyone was so nice there. I was talking to one of the PR people though, someone high up, and I absolutely smashed my phone on the floor as I'm trying to network. But now I don't know what to do because we have some time before the next event and then the movie. Maybe I'll walk up Ossington. I'm going to the movie with my friend Belle. You probably know her, another creator. But maybe I'll text her, see if she's free early.
We could go on golf trips.
David was like, should we go golfing in Hawaii? I was like, no.
Yeah. As a weirder version to cycling.
Really?
I'm so down. What's it called?
Mile in.
We championed this from day one.
Are you excited?
You really had those details. We were in the early 2010s.
All right, guys, we made it home. All right, so I go to the Neutrogena event. It was just like a drop-in event. It's at Queen and Shaw. So I went in. I was by myself, and the first thing that I do is there's a photo booth. So I take photo booth photos by myself. No worries. And then I went in, and there was a game that you could play, and I played the game, and I won a product. Sunscreen, and then I went back through the activation. It's supposed to be like a bank theme, like, you know, like TD Bank, a literal bank, a financial institution, and the products, I guess, refill your collagen. So it was the collagen bank, the collagen financial institution. So that was good. I tried to make a good impression on the people I networked. I said thank you for having me. I'm available for hire. And then I left, and that event ran from 4 to 6. I got there 5:30 5:30. I left probably 5:45. And then I didn't want to go back home because I had to go downtown. There was a Peroni event that you saw that ran from 5 to 8. Okay. But it's 5:45. So I didn't want to like go back to the West End and then have to go all the way back downtown. So I was on Ossington and I was like, okay, I'll just, I don't know, putz around. So I went into some stores and nothing for me to purchase there. And then I went into Ideal Coffee, and this was actually really embarrassing. So I order an iced Americano and I go to pay, and I have 2 credit cards. One's an Amex, one's like a MasterCard, but my MasterCard was compromised. Somebody went on a shopping spree at Walmart with my card unauthorized, so I had to cancel that card. So I've just been raw dogging it with my Amex out here that, you know, if you have one, not everywhere takes it. So I go to Ideal Coffee, okay? I order iced Americano. A hot Americano on the menu was $3.99. To add ice, it's $1. So that makes it what? $4.99. I'm like, okay, I have that in my account. I go to pay for my $4.99 iced Americano, $1 for the ice, and I go to tap my Amex. And what does it say on the pay terminal? It says no Amex. That's all I have. I didn't even have my debit. And the guy was already making my iced Americano. And what am I supposed to do? Sound like a big fat douchebag because I only have Amex. Who walks around like that? Can't live life like that. So then I pivot. I'm like, okay, well, I actually have a $5 bill, but with tax and tip, got a tip. My $4.99 Americano, it's like in the $6 range. So it's not going to be covered by my $5 bill. But I'm like, oh, but a hot Americano, it's only $3.99. That would just get us right under with tax and tip my $5. So I say, hey, can I actually have a hot Americano? And he's like looking at me, and then it just all came out. I was like, oh, I'm so sorry. My credit card was compromised. I only have my Amex, blah, 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 blah. Give him my whole fucking life story. And he's like, it's okay. I'll just like make you the iced Americano. Don't worry about the 60 cents. Oh my God. Embarrassing. So then I was anxious and Ideal Coffee, but I had to sit there for 2 hours until the next event. And I messaged my friend Belle who lived in the area, but she wasn't in the area. So I was just like, okay, I'll just like look at my phone. Anyway, so the time passes. Oh, and as I was there, I was like, okay, I'm going to max bid on Max Sold. So I bid $300 for that Batoya diamond chair, and then I bid $250 for the Andy boots. And I was like, I really hope I don't get both of these because that would be $550 on Max Sold, and that would just be too much for one day. But the auctions end during the movie that we saw, so I couldn't, you know, go back and forth. But I was like, okay, this is like the max I'm gonna do. So I did that. I was hopeful I was gonna get maybe one of the items, hopefully not both. I move on. I take an Uber to Peroni, this Peroni party. I walk in, I don't know anyone, and then I see out of the corner of my eye a friend, or I guess my acquaintance friend. She's not an influencer. She's, I guess, in an adjacent space, but she was a +1 of another friend who was there. So I was like, oh my God. So we yapped for a bit. That was really nice that she was there. And then I met up with Belle, and then we went to the movie. So we go to the movie. Okay. So I didn't look up anything about this movie. We were going in blind. The movie was shot mainly in Quebec, and we're sitting there, and somebody from the government, she was speaking to the audience in English and French. And then Belle was like, oh my God, is this a French film? And I was like, oh my God, is this a French film? Am I gonna have to read subtitles for 2 hours? Did I invite her to read subtitles for 2 hours? Oh no. And then I felt bad about myself. I was like, oh my God, this isn't the subtitles' fault. It's my fault that I don't know more than one language. Like that's you know, like I need to work on that. And then the film started, and then they spoke English, and I was like, okay, that's good. The film was actually really, really good. You saw my Oshiega vlog. I was just in Montreal. A lot of the places we visited were actually in the film, so that was kind of cool to see because the film, it was called Mile and Kicks, and it was about this rock music critic who moves to Montreal to write a book about Alanis Morissette. It's set in 2011, but then she falls in love with, or love quotes, with this guy in a band, but he's like a total D-bag. And then her life kind of like goes to trash because she's involved in this guy who like doesn't treat her very well. And then there was like a Q&A with the actors after the film. And as part of the Q&A, they always ask audience questions. And sometimes these questions can go go rogue because it's just like anybody in the audience asking questions. I've been in the audience where some like crazy questions have been asked, but today it was like pretty tame. I was hoping a juicy question would be asked, but nothing too juicy. But I would recommend it. Mile End Kicks, watch it. And then after the movie, we had to walk a bit because it was so busy downtown for TIFF. I forgot how crazy busy it gets for TIFF. And then we had to call an Uber home. So we walk up to Queen and Duncan. We call the Uber. It's an 8-minute wait. What do we see in the periphery? Subway. So we went to Subway because we had 8 minutes. We had time to kill. I got a ham and turkey sub 6-inch. I was tempted by the 12, but I wish they had an 8-inch option. Sometimes 6 is too small. 12 is too big sometimes. What about an 8-inch, you know? Right in the middle. But I got a 6-inch. I'm happy with that decision. 12 would have been too much. But again, a 6, I could have had a couple more bites. And yeah, now we're home and it's actually my birthday right now. It turned midnight. Oh, okay. That was a crazy day for TIFF. We thought TIFF was over. It's not. It's Tuesday, a couple days since we last spoke, and my friend who works for Poppy, the soda, messaged me and is like, do you want to go see Frankenstein this morning at 11:30 a.m.? It's 9 o'clock. I was like, honestly, no, but then I looked it up, and Jacob Elordi is in Frankenstein, and he might be there. So I was like, you know what? Yes, I accept. I would like to go. Thank you, Poppy. So now we have to go get ready. I don't know what to wear to meet Jacob Elordi. I hope he's there. He better be there. I got a last minute invite to a TIFF movie. Frankenstein. No, this 11:30 a.m. No, right now. But we really gotta get to it here. We gotta get cooking. Gotta shower. I only have a little bit of time to get ready, but I need a coffee. So let's go get a coffee and maybe a cheese bun. They ran out of cheese buns at my coffee shop, so I went to Mabel's and got a bagel with cheddar cheese. Now it's time to get ready, but before we do, we have a little room update. Can we walk in? This is the same. Then we move over here. Whoa, what's going? Oh my god, is that a DJ setup? Whoa, what do we have here? Okay, it is 10:07. We should leave here by 10:45. The movie starts at 11:30. They shut the doors on you, so you have to be there on time, which being on time, if you know me, is difficult. And in terms of what to wear to this, it's honestly pretty chill. You are just going and watching a movie. You don't want to wear something crazy that's uncomfortable. It's not like you're in the movie. Nobody's really taking photos of you. So I'm just gonna wear like a nice top and jeans. But yeah, back to the DJing. I started content creation as a creative outlet when I was working in corporate law, and it was definitely a much needed creative outlet. But when content creation became my full-time job, I no longer had a creative outlet because what was once was now my job. And I tried to get into things that were adjacent to content creation. Like I love film, cinematography, photography. However, I felt like they were too close to my job. So whenever I would do them, I would kind of get stressed out. It felt like I was working. It didn't feel like it was a hobby. So I was like, what can I do that is purely for fun, for, you know, creative exploration, something that I'm really bad at. So there's, you know, a lot to learn, something that there's no chance that I could monetize in the immediate future. And I was like, oh, DJing. And I thought it was a good fit for two reasons. Number one, growing up, I loved music. I played a lot of musical instruments. I started with piano. I played the violin. I played flute at school. And then when I was a little bit older, I played the guitar. But I was never very good actually at the guitar. I think coming from the violin, it was just hard to learn. And the second reason why I thought it would be a good hobby is, well, I mean, I go to DJ shows. I love it. They're fun. Could be fun to learn how to do that. So at the beginning, I'm just trying to learn like one thing a day. Yesterday, I learned how to loop. Who knows what we'll learn today. I'm going to this screening with Poppy, the soda, and I told my friend who does that account that I would try and sneak a Poppy into the screening. So we're gonna do that and see if they'll let us in with the Poppy. And if security tries to take it away, I'm gonna tell them that Jacob Elordi, Jake, you wanted us to bring it for him. Do you really want to deny Jacob this Poppy? Okay, we have 10 minutes to leave the house. Perfect. I had my parents over for my birthday dinner last night, and for my birthday, I asked for speakers to complete my DJ setup. If you didn't know, I was a lawyer prior to this, and you know, my parents helped finance a very expensive U of T law degree, and currently I don't work in law. I am a full-time influencer slash famous person. If I was in my parents' position, I don't know how I would feel if my daughter, number one, quit law to make TikToks, and then number two, said that they were now going to be a DJ. But they've honestly been so supportive. I was showing them the DJ setup. Number one, they got me those speakers for my birthday, and number two, when I was showing them the DJ setup, my dad's like, this is awesome, like you should definitely host parties, like go for it, why not? I was like, yeah dad, I'll be like Paris Hilton. He's like, yeah, we love Paris. Okay, we have about 5 minutes to leave the house here. I don't know if we're gonna make it. In my head I already know what I'm wearing. Who knows if I'm gonna like it when I put it on. I have these Dries Van Noten dark denim jeans, this Issey Miyake pleats please cardigan, and then Margiela Tabby shoes. And then because I have to carry the poppy can with me, I need a bigger purse. So I have this vintage Bottega Veneta bag that I got off eBay for $300. So I'm going to bring that. In my head, it's a good outfit. We don't really have time at all to choose another one. So that's what we're going with. All right, we're ready. We gotta get changed, but we gotta go. Let's see if they let us in with this poppy. We had to hop out and take a city bike. 2 minutes late. There was nowhere to dock the city bike. They took the poppy, you guys. But we made it. Oh my god.
Painful and as biographical for me as it was for her.
All right, we're out of the movie. They did in fact confiscate our poppies. Security took it. So they showed the movie screening, and then after they had a Q&A with like the director, the person who did casting, the person who did set design, the cinematographer, the editor. And the film itself was very, very good. This movie, Frankenstein, you know, the original Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. And everything about the film was super impressive. The music, the editing, the budget must have been insanely high. And what some people might not know is a lot of films shoot in Toronto because the province has very favorable tax incentives to do so. There's a lot of film tax credits that you can claim, and those tax credits, in conjunction with the strong purchasing power of the American dollar in Canada, has led Toronto to become a pretty big film hotspot. And why I'm mentioning this is because the director, Guillermo, he mentioned those tax credits. And back when I was working as a tax lawyer, some of the files I worked on involved disputes relating to these film credits. And I guess through working on those files, I had somewhat of an exposure to the film industry. And now, you know, a couple years later, this is my interaction with the film industry, getting invited by these amazing brands to all of these movie screenings. And I don't even have to go through any company's expense report. But now we're gonna get some food and then go home. All right, we're home. We didn't see Jacob Elordi, which I thought we were going to. Usually at these films, you go to the premiere, they do the screening, and then after the screening, there's a Q&A with the cast. And that was true. That was the case for Frankenstein. I thought I was going to the premiere today. No, the premiere was last night. But definitely still cool to see the film and get to hear the Q&A from the director. It could have been Jacob Elordi, though, just saying. But yeah, now that actually concludes all of the TIFF extravaganzas. I would say I had a pretty good TIFF experience. It did get kind of cut off because I was in Prince Edward County over the weekend for a wedding. One of my good friends from law school was getting married and I was a bridesmaid in the wedding. But when I first started content creation a couple years ago, I would see all the other Toronto influencers that I followed go to TIFF, and I would be so envious. Like, not envious, but more like I want to be doing that. Like, happy they're doing that, but I want want to also be doing that as well. And now this year I got to do it. So that's just kind of fun to reflect on how far I've come. One of my goals, just generally as an influencer, when I first started influencing, I wrote down a list of goals that I wanted to accomplish. And one of them was go to a fashion week, not like Toronto Fashion Week, but New York, Paris. If I had to choose, it would be Paris. But you know, beggars can't be choosers. Or can they? But that's still on the bucket list, you guys. We haven't checked it off, but I know one day soon we will be invited to Fashion Week. It's coming. I know it. But yeah, that concludes this week's video. I hope you enjoyed it. We're going to Hawaii on Thursday. It's Tuesday today. And next week's video will be like a packing vlog, getting ready for Hawaii. Obviously packing last minute because God forbid I get it together. And then the week after that will be our trip in Hawaii. So some very exciting content to look forward to. We're going to Hawaii because my husband's good friend from university is getting married. His wife is Hawaiian. They live in LA, but all of her family's in Hawaii, which is why they're having the wedding in Hawaii. And my husband's a groomsman in the wedding, and it's just going to be a fun time. We are there for 10 days, and I'm so excited. And I can't wait to show you guys the trip. Can't wait to show you guys my outfits. But yeah, I gotta go now. As always, I'll see ya next Tuesday.